Good morning. So yesterday I drove from Michigan to Ohio to see my older sister who recently broke her femur, and she's been rehabbing it and trying to get back into her normal gait, normal mode of doing things. And it's nice to see that she's doing well. So, excuse me. So I figured we'd do a nice, gentle practice this morning, get our day started. So let's start out on our backs. I have 2 blocks. I'm going to put them at the top of my mat. I have my water. I have a blanket for my knees in case I need it. I have a pretty thick mat, but in case you need it. So let's start out on our back. So lower yourself down. Head comes to the mat last. So we're starting off in a shavasana. Finding our body, finding things, finding out how things are this morning. So let's start at our feet. Wiggle your toes. Go up your ankle, maybe windshield wiper your feet back and forth. Just notice your feet, notice your legs, your hips, glutes. You know, as we go up, just say good morning to your body. Recognize that your body is starting the day with your mind, with your consciousness, and it's there to support you and transport you all through your day. Just amazing. Notice your abdomen going up and down as you breathe, your ribs expanding as you breathe, arms alongside you, palms facing up towards the ceiling. Shoulders are relaxed. And when you get to your head, just notice what's going on up there. How's the weather? Lots of stuff happening. Are your thoughts racing? Try to notice the thoughts and just let them pass through. Start to breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. Noticing the sound that makes, that ocean sound, ujjayi breathing. Place one of your hands on your abdomen, just near your belly button, and just notice the rise and fall as you breathe in and out. So we are noticing our breath. We've noticed our mind. And we're starting to bring connection to movement. Those 3 things yoking together in our yoga practice. Let's bring the arms up over your head. Hook it together. Bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet to the floor, and bring the feet to the outer edge of your mat, and then dump over to the left, windshield wipering your legs. And just pause. We don't have to have our windshield wipers on high. It's not raining that hard. Then over to the right. See if you can connect this to the breath. So breathe in to center and exhale off to the left. Or connect to the breath any way you want to. There's no specific way you have to do anything. I think I need to write a little essay on have to. So many people say, oh, you have to do this. You have to, yeah, no, you don't. You don't have to do anything. I'm an anarchist. Do what feels good. So going over to the right, over to the left. And then let's do one more and come center. Take your hands, wrap them around your knees. Bring those knees in towards your chest. And roll over to the right, roll over to the left. Right, left, massaging the lower back. Now wrap both hands around your right knee and extend your left leg to the end of the mat. So straightening the left leg, hugging that knee, right knee in. And then lengthen the right knee and hug the left knee in. So we're doing like just some slow bicycles. Like you're walking on the moon. So I'm hugging my right knee in, extending my left leg out. Hugging my left knee in, extending my right leg out. Let's do one or two more. And let's come back to having our knees bent and soles of the feet on the floor. Put your left ankle on top of your right knee in a figure 4. And take your left hand and just gently, gently push that left knee away from you. You can push and then let go, push and let go, or you can have a steady pressure on it. Just waking that hip up, those adductor muscles right here in the groin, piriformis muscle. Now let's wrap the hands around the back of the right knee and pull that knee in. If it's in your practice, you can extend your right leg, straightening your right leg. Excuse me. Now bend that right knee again. Bring the right sole of your foot to the floor. I'm going to take my right hand and put it on the top of my left foot or near my ankle. And now I'm going to roll over to the right, placing my left foot on the floor on the right side of my mat. And that hand that is on my left ankle, I'm pulling that ankle in so that my knee is going straight up and not, angling toward my face. Both shoulders on the floor. And just pulling that ankle in a little bit so that your left knee is going towards the ceiling. Just hold here for a moment. Taking a deep breath. And bring that leg back up. And return it next to the right leg. Take the right ankle and place it on top of the left knee. Take your right hand and place it on top of your right knee and gently push that right knee away from you. Again, you can push and then let up, and push and let up. And take both hands and interlace your fingers behind the left knee and pull that left knee in. If it's in your practice, you can straighten your left leg, flexing your foot, unflexing your foot. It's up to you. Really pull that knee in. If you need to go up a little bit more behind the knee. And putting your mind, again, don't let your mind just wander away to Costco. Put your mind where you feel resistance, where you feel that sensation, and just be with it. Bend the left knee, bring the sole of the foot back to the floor, and then place your left hand on your right ankle and roll over to the left side, placing your right foot on the floor outside the left side of your mat, and pull that right foot in so that the knee is going straight up, not dumping in towards you. So I'm also actively pushing my knee with my hip muscles away from me. And when you feel that resistance, it's one of those things, it's a mental thing. Try to just let it melt. So your muscle is tensing up because you're forcing it to do something it doesn't want to do. Just let it kind of melt. Taking a deep breath, let's bring everything back up, and then return that right foot next to the left. And let's hug our knees in one more time. So wrap your hands around your knees, pull your knees in, you roll side to side. And then let's roll up onto our feet and back. So we're going to massage our back, doing some rolls. And grab your hat and come all the way up into a seated position. Cross your ankles, roll over your ankles into a tabletop position at the top of the mat. How we doing? Doing okay? So all that stuff that we just did, you can do in bed right when you wake up. Just give yourself a little bit of a stretch before you jump out of that bed. Tabletop position, a nice strong foundation with your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. And let's bring the hips back to the left heel and then over to the right heel and up again. So we're doing some circles counterclockwise. And then go clockwise. Or was that counterclockwise? I don't know. Go the opposite direction. And let's come back to center. Extend the right hand out as if you're reaching for something, and the left leg back, flexing the foot. And bring that in. Extend the left hand out, right leg back, flex the foot. And let's do, 10 total, if that's in your practice, at your own pace, but not fast. It's not choke, 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 choke. It's nice and controlled with thought. So 5 each side, if that's in your practice. And bringing your belly button in towards your spine as you extend. Noticing that effort that your abs are helping you with. I'm going to do one more each side. I don't know if that was 5 or not. I lost count. And I'm back in tabletop. Let's bring the right arm out to the side and up like a clock hand, up to 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. You can always bend your arm and just bring your shoulder in like this if that's helpful. All the way up to 12 o'clock. And then bring that arm down, thread through the needle, and place your right shoulder on the mat and the right side of your head on the mat. Square your hips to your heels. And let your body weight melt into your right shoulder. You can extend your left hand forward if that's in your practice. Depending on your shoulder mobility. You know your body. I'm tenting my fingers to give my shoulder a little bit more of a stretch. Those pec muscles that connect to your arm. And bring that hand in back by your face. Push up with your left hand and arm. Bring that right arm back out and up. And we notice a little bit more range, perhaps. And bring that arm down. Let's do the same with the left side. Left arm comes up. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and 12 o'clock. I'm having trouble with my clock this morning. Maybe it needs to be cleaned. Bring that arm down, thread it through, placing your left shoulder on the mat, left side of your head on the mat. Extend your right arm out if that's in your practice, tenting your fingers. Can also put it on a block if you want a little bit more of a stretch. Again, letting your body weight melt into your shoulder or help you melt your shoulder into the mat. Squaring your hips to your heels. Taking a deep breath. Bring that right hand back by your face. Push up with your right hand and arm. Bring the left arm out and up, noticing perhaps a little bit more range of motion. And then bring that back down. Finding your tabletop again. Extending the right leg to the end of the mat, rolling over the toes. Placing the toes on the mat and rolling over the toes. Maybe sawing forward, sawing back so you roll over the toes. It's the same motion that we do when we do chaturanga. Let's raise the right leg. Bring it across your body, placing the right toes on the outside of the mat. You can press that right heel back in space as you keep your hips in the same place. Pushing the front of the mat away, don't letting your elbows bend. And raise that right leg, bring it all the way across, place it on the outside of the right side of the mat now. And let's come all the way up into gate pose. So adjust your legs so that it's coming right off the torso. Place the right hand on your right knee. Left arm comes up, 12 o'clock, and then start to lean over to the right, bringing your arm with you to about 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. And you can extend the right arm if it's in your practice to get that beach ball. Notice your left shoulder. If you're starting to dump forward, try to bring it back in space. And come back up, placing the left hand on a block or on the ground. Right arm comes up to 12 o'clock. And then start to slant or angle the right arm so it's in line with the angle of your body. So you have this angle coming from your heel all the way up through your fingers as you reach, and ground your heel. And bring everything back in, placing the right foot at the top of the mat. We're in our 90-90, so 90 degrees for our right leg, 90 degrees for our left leg on the ground. I'm grabbing both of my blocks. You can grab both of your blocks. You don't need them, but they help. So I'm using my blocks for stability as I straighten my right leg, coming into half splits, starting to lean forward. And I'm pushing my hips back in space, not like all the way back, but just back in space so that I'm not dumping forward and bending my knee. Thinking about my hips going back in space as I bring my forehead towards my knee, or my chin or my nose towards my knee. Trying to keep my back long so I'm not rounding my back and putting undue pressure on my lower back. Taking a deep breath, exhale, come all the way up, rebend that front leg. Move my blocks out of the way. I'm going to take my right hand and bring it all the way back. Bend my left knee up, and I'm grabbing the top of my left foot. Placing my left hand on a block or on the floor, on the mat. I'm pulling my left foot, left heel in towards my butt, and then opening up to the right. I'm doing a bit of a twist. I'm also lengthening my quadricep. Taking a deep breath. On an exhale, square your shoulders to the mat and let your left foot go gently. And then let's bring ourselves all the way up into our kneeling position again. Hands to prayer, thumbs at your heart center at your sternum. And let's do a twist to the right, hooking your left elbow over your right knee. I'm trying to bring my thumbs back to my sternum. I'm gazing up to where the wall meets the ceiling. Taking in deep breaths here as I'm twisting. And noticing how that affects my ribs. Taking a deep breath. On an exhale, come forward, placing both hands on the mat and returning my right knee next to my left and coming back into tabletop. Check in. How you doing? Do just a quick body scan and notice what you notice. Extend the left foot to the end of the mat, roll over the toes. Again, you can saw forward and back, rolling over the toes, big toes, small toes. And lift the left leg. Bring it across your body. Place your left toes on the floor outside your mat. And start to push your heel back in space, keeping your hips in the same place. Pushing the mat away with your arms, so lengthening and straightening your arms. You notice your shoulder blades roll off the side of your back when you do that, yes? Yeah, you can adjust that left leg, thinking about a clock again, bringing the leg up to the extent that you can without, torquing your hips off the mat. And you find different sensation, different stretch. Lift that left leg again. Bring it all the way across to the left side, placing the leg on the left side in our gate pose, coming all the way up, readjusting that leg so it's coming off of our body, off the side body. Placing the left hand on the left knee, right arm comes straight up to 12 o'clock, and then we start to lean to the left. Again, noticing that right shoulder coming back in space. We're not dumping forward. If it's in your practice, you can take your left hand and reach out for that big beach ball. Taking a deep breath, come all the way up, placing the right hand either on the floor or on a block. I'm choosing a block. Left arm comes up, pointing to 12 o'clock. And start to angle that arm towards your ear so that you have this line coming from your heel up through your torso, up through your shoulder, and arm out through your fingers. So if you feel that line of energy, if you think of this energy coming from your heel and going out through your fingertips, reach, ground, and then bring everything back in, placing the left foot at the top of the mat, and we're in a 90 degree. Grabbing both my blocks, straighten the left leg into our half splits, and pushing the hips back in space as we lean forward, trying to keep the back long. You can always adjust your blocks. Taking a deep breath. And exhale, come all the way up, rebending that left leg. Take your left hand, bring it towards the back. Bend up your right leg, catch the top of your right foot. Start to pull it in towards your butt. Placing your right hand either on the mat or on a block again, and then opening up your shoulder to the left. Perhaps you're gazing up to where the wall meets the ceiling, pulling that right heel in towards your butt. Again, taking deep breaths here and noticing how that affects your ribs in this twisted position. Taking a deep breath, and on an exhale, square your shoulders to the mat and gently let go of your right foot. And bring your torso back up. Long spine. Hands to prayer, thumbs at your heart center, twisting to the left, hooking your right elbow over your left knee, and bringing your thumbs towards your heart center as you twist to the left, gazing up to where the ceiling meets the wall. Taking deep breaths here and noticing this twist. Take a deep breath. And then exhale forward, returning your left knee next to your right. And coming back into our tabletop. Curl the toes under, lift those knees and push back into a temporary down dog as we pedal the feet back and forth. So pedaling your knees in and out, even taking the knees over to the opposite side and twisting your body like a dog does after he gets out of the pool or out of the water, right, to get the water off of their fur. And then come up on your tiptoes, look to the top of the mat, and tiptoe all the way to the top of the mat. And start to come all the way up, chin on your chest. Head comes up last. Roll the shoulders back. And here we are in our Tadasana at the top of the mat. So my feet are under my hips, about a fist width apart. If I were to put my fist in between my feet. My legs are engaged. I'm internally rotating my femurs, hands to heart center. Spine is long, shoulders down. Neck continues. My spine, crown of my head is going towards the ceiling. Tadasana, or mountain pose, is not a passive pose. Pulling my belly button in towards my spine and noticing my breath. Bring arms out to the side and up overhead. Breathe in. Bend the knees. Exhale into a forward fold. Inhale, come up to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold again. Arms out to the side, breathing them in, up overhead. Hands meet in prayer overhead. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Bring your arms out to the side and up overhead. Breathe in. Grab your left wrist with your right hand and let's lean over to the right. Noticing your shoulder in line with your side body, not dumping forward. And on an exhale, come back center. Grab your right wrist with your left hand and pull over to the left. Again, noticing your shoulder. And come back center. Bend your knees. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway, flat back. Exhale, hands to the top of the mat. Extend the left leg to the back of the mat. Ground the knee, uncurl the toes, coming up into kneeling crescent. Goalpost the hands and lean back to the extent that feels comfortable, but giving yourself a back stretch. And come forward on an exhale, placing the hands to the top of the mat, curl the toes, lift the knee, and bring the right foot to the back of the mat. And we're in a plank. Let's just hold this plank for 3 breaths. And roll forward over your toes, hug the elbows in, and lower all the way to the mat, chest to the mat. Uncurl the toes, bend the knees, windshield wiper the legs back and forth, massaging the quads. And then come back center, bring your toes back down to the mat. Let's push up into Cobra, through Cobra to tabletop. Lift the knees, curl the toes under, push back into down dog. Finding your down dog. So I'm going to bend my knees into like almost a bear plank. Maybe my knees are about 3 inches above the mat, pushing my hips back, lengthening my back, lengthening my arms, and then straightening my legs, keeping my hips in the same place. Come up on your toes and tiptoe to the top of the mat. Breathe in up to a flat back. Exhale, forward fold, bending the knees, arms out to the side. Breathe them in, up overhead, hands meet in prayer. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Arms out to the side, breathe them in, up overhead. Bend the knees, exhale into a forward fold. Inhale, come up to flat back. Exhale, hands to the top of the mat. Extend the right leg to the back of the mat. Ground the knee, uncurl the toes. Come up into kneeling crescent. Goalpost the hands on the arms and lean back. Taking a deep breath. On an exhale, bring your hands to the top of the mat. Curl the toes, lift that knee. And bring the left foot to the back of the mat. We're in our plank again. Let's hold here for 3 breaths. Engaging the legs, lifting your kneecaps, bringing your belly button in towards your spine. Now roll forward over your toes, hug the elbows in, lower all the way to the mat. Bring your arms alongside your body, lengthening your arms, palms facing the ceiling. Let's do some locusts. So lift the arms and start to peel your chest off of the mat. Finding a neutral position for your neck. So I'm looking maybe about, an inch or 2 in front of my mat. Now, if it's in your practice, you can start to raise your legs. The trick to raising your legs is squeezing your glutes together, squeezing your butt cheeks together. And that'll help you raise your chest a little bit more, then your arms a little bit more, and your toes a little bit more. And start to lower back to the mat, placing one side of your head on the mat. Maybe moving your body side to side. So I'm moving my hips side to side just to give it a little bit of a massage. And let's do one more. Let's raise the arms. And then start to peel your chest off of the mat, bringing your shoulder blades together. Squeeze your glutes, start to raise your legs if that's in your practice. Find your neutral neck. You don't want to kink your neck up by looking straight ahead. And then lower to the mat, placing the other side of your head on the mat. I'm talking about this in retrospect, after the fact, but when I'm up in locus and I'm taking deep breaths, you notice how that's massaging your intestines, your lower abdomen. It's really good for digestion, really good for just helping that lower part of your body. Let's bring our hands up by our shoulders, curl the toes, push back into tabletop, and then lift the knees and push back into down dog. Let's raise the right leg in the sky, bend the knee, open the hip to the right. Maybe do some foot circles and square the hips. Come up on your left toes, arch your back, bring the right knee into your chest, and look at your right hand and bring that right foot up by your right hand into our runner's lunge. Let's bring both hands up into crescent. Pivot on the back foot, ground the heel, coming into warrior two. Shoulders over hips. Arms are about shoulder height. I'm looking over my front fingers. Back leg is nice and strong. Front leg is almost at a 90 degree to the extent that you can. One more breath. On an exhale, straighten the front leg, kick the hip back, reach forward with that right hand, bringing the right arm down by your shin. You can grab a block and place your hand on the block. And then bring that left shoulder back. Place your hand on your left shoulder and just help it come back. And then extend your left arm straight up into triangle pose. Notice that front leg, that right leg should be straight. Maybe not locked out, but straight, not bent. Yes. Taking a deep breath. On an exhale, come all the way up. Rebend the front leg. Take that left arm and wrap it around the back of your waist. Reverse the front palm, reach forward, then come back into peaceful warrior. And then come forward, placing both hands on the mat. Extending the right leg to the back of the mat. We're in our plank again. Let's hold for 3 breaths. Bringing the belly button in towards your spine. Engaging your glutes, engaging your kneecaps. And then roll forward over your toes, hug the elbows in, lower either all the way down or to chaturanga. Uncurl the toes, come up into up dog, and then exhale back into down dog. Finding your down dog. You have to rebend your knees and do that series that I did before. And then let's raise the left leg in the air, coming in a 3-legged dog. Bend the left knee, open the hips to the left. Some foot circles. Re-square the hips. Come up on your right toes, arch your back. Bring the left knee into your chest. Look to your left hand. And then place that left foot at the top of the mat. Coming up into crescent pose. Pivoting on the back foot, grounding the heel, coming into warrior two. And find your warrior two. None of these poses should be static. You're always adjusting, always moving, noticing, bringing your mind into the pose. Let's straighten the front leg, kick the hip back, reach forward, placing your right arm on the inside of your left arm on the inside of your left leg. Place your hand on a block, bringing your right arm straight up, 12 o'clock, pointing to 12 o'clock, into triangle pose on this side. Front leg should be straight, maybe not locked, but straight. Back leg is strong. Taking a deep breath. On an exhale, come all the way up. Rebend the front leg. Right arm wraps around the back of your waist. Reach forward, palm reversed, and come back into peaceful warrior. And then come forward, bringing both hands to the top of the mat, left leg to the back of the mat. And let's go through our vinyasa. Roll forward over your toes, hug the elbows in, lower all the way down or into chaturanga. Come up into either cobra or up dog. And then exhale back into down dog. Raise the right leg. Come up on your left toes, arch your back, bring that knee into your chest, and then bring the right foot up to the top of the mat, coming up into a crescent pose. And then we're going to bring our arms down and push up into warrior three. So I used my left leg to push up into warrior three. So I'm in crescent pose, bring my arms down alongside, like I'm going to dive forward, and using my back leg just to help me push up into warrior three. And finding your hips. Hips should be square to the mat, not opening up yet. And then bend the front leg, come back into our runner's lunge, bring the arms up, pivot on the back foot, ground the heel, coming into warrior two, taking your left arm, wrap it around the back waist, reverse your palm in front, reach forward, coming back into peaceful warrior. And then coming forward, bringing both hands to the top of the mat. Right leg goes to the back of the mat. We go through our vinyasa. Roll forward, coming all the way down or into chaturanga, cobra or up dog. And then exhale, push back into down dog. Let's raise the left leg to the sky. Come up on your right toes, arch your back, bring that knee into your chest, look to your top of the mat, and bring that left foot to the top of the mat. Coming up into crescent, just for a moment, and bring both hands down by your side like you're going to dive forward. Use your right leg to help you propel into warrior three. Back leg is strong. My front leg is slightly bent. And yes, I am trying to find my balance here. My left leg is actively helping me. Bend the front leg, come back into your crescent pose. Pivot on the back foot, ground the heel, coming into warrior two. Wrap your right arm around the back of your waist, reach forward, reverse the palm, coming back into peaceful warrior. And then forward, placing both hands on the mat. Left leg goes to the back of the mat. Then bring both knees to the mat, touch your big toes together, and push back into child's pose. Bringing the forehead towards the mat. Heels and your butt meeting in the back to the extent that they can. Can always use a block on your forehead or a block underneath your sit bones in the back. Those blocks come in handy. Let's come up onto our knees, cross your ankles, push back over your ankles into a seated position, extend the legs out to the top of the mat, Coming into a seated forward fold. Finding your breath here in this seated forward fold. Let's bend the left knee, bringing the left foot on the outside of the right knee. Take your right arm and wrap it around your left knee and hug it in towards the center. Flex your right foot. Left arm comes all the way back, fingertips on the mat. Scooch them in towards your tailbone to help your torso come up straight. And then start to gaze over your left shoulder. Flex your right foot. Hug the knee in. Spine is long. Gazing over your left shoulder. Taking a deep breath. On an exhale, come all the way back to center and all the way over to the right. Come back center. And let's place the left ankle on top of the right knee. Left hand is gently pushing that knee down towards the mat. I'm cradling my right foot in my right hand and then start to lean forward. We've done this already, right? At the beginning of class. But we were in a prone position. Supine position, sorry. Let's take in a deep breath. On an exhale, come all the way up. And extend that heel to the end of the mat. Bend your right knee. Bring the right foot on the outside of the left knee. Wrap your left arm around that right knee. Hug it in towards center. So flex the foot. Hug the knee in. Right arm comes all the way back. Fingertips come to the mat. Scooch them in towards your tailbone. And start to gaze over your right shoulder. Taking deep breaths and noticing how this twist feels when you take a deep breath. Taking a deep breath and exhale. Center over to the left. Come back center again. Placing the right ankle on top of the left knee. Right hand guides that knee down as you cradle your foot with your left hand. And then start to lean forward. Left toes should be pointing towards the ceiling. My left foot always wants to just go out that way, off to the left. Yeah. You have to consciously say, nope. Taking a deep breath. And come back up. Extend that heel to the end of the mat. And then start to lower yourself all the way to the mat. And then bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet to the floor. Wrap your hands around your knees and hug your knees in towards your chest. You roll side to side. Again, we did this at the beginning of class. And take your peace fingers, your first two fingers, wrap them around your big toes. And let's come into happy baby. So bringing the knees, pulling the knees down as you pull on your toes down. Shoulders should be meeting the mat. My soles of the feet are pointing towards the ceiling, like I'm squatting on the ceiling. If it's in your practice, you can extend your right leg. And then rebend your right leg, extend your left leg. Rebend that. Maybe do one more each side if you're doing this. And left side. And then back to happy baby one more time. And then gently let go of your toes. Bring the soles of your feet back to the floor. Grab a block. Place it on the low, long setting and bring it underneath your sacrum. Place your hands palm down alongside your body, and then bring your legs up into tabletop and check to see if that block is comfortable underneath your sacrum, and then extend your legs, feet going towards the ceiling, soles of your feet like you're walking on the ceiling, and find that balance point where you don't have to think about your legs. They're just floating there in space. This feels like a pre-Shavasana, right? Taking your mind through your body. I mean, when I'm doing yoga, my mind is constantly doing a body scan, seeing what's going on. And noticing. Taking a deep breath, bend your knees. On an exhale, bring your soles of your feet back down to the floor. Remove the block. Extend your heels to the corners of the mat, straightening your legs. Bringing your arms alongside your body, palms facing up. And we're going to come into our Shavasana. Noticing how your body feels this morning after that practice. Just letting your body come back to homeostasis. Your nervous system is tingling. Doing a body scan from your toes to the top of your head. And when you get to the top of your head, noticing perhaps thoughts are coming back in. Thoughts about Costco. Just let that go. Just, I don't know how else to put this, but just sit with this feeling, this end of practice, feeling like your body has served you well. Thank you. Start to bring some movement to your toes and your fingers. Bring the arms up overhead, hook the thumbs, give yourself a body stretch. And rest your head on your bicep. Taking a deep breath. And on an exhale, start to make your way all the way up to a seated position. I'm going to use a block to sit on to elevate my hips. Bring your hands to prayer. Put your thumbs at your sternum, at your heart center. Bow your head. Sealing this practice, ending this practice with gratitude that we can move our body, that we have the space to practice in. All the people that are practicing with us, wherever they are in this world. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be safe. May all beings be at ease and calm. Taking your practice of yoga out into the world. Taking a deep breath. And exhale. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. This was awesome. This was a good practice. I'm going to have another practice tomorrow after work. So around 6 o'clock, not around 6 o'clock, at 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. So if you want to join me for an after work practice, that would be awesome. You guys have a nice rest of your day.